Let's start with you, though, Laura, because you're actually thinking this isn't lazy parenting, this is necessary parenting at the moment, and particularly now during lockdown.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? Lockdown has been so difficult for so many parents. And for me to have that opportunity to go, all right, kids, off you go, so that I can shove as many Snickers into my mouth as I possibly can before they come back downstairs and say, Mum, we're bored. Like there's so many hours in a day, and you don't realise how many hours are in a day until you have your children with you solely all the time. My kids haven't gone back to school yet. They've been at home with me the entire time, and it's hard. It's really hard work. And I love Justin Fletcher as much as the next person, but I don't want to watch Mr. Tumble all the time. So if there's a chance for them to be able to just pop upstairs and just do their thing quietly, safely, then I'm all for it. I'm all for it. And I don't necessarily agree with this whole, oh, they'll watch it until late at night. There's a balance in our house, you know, of boundaries. You are allowed to watch it at this time. It has to go off at that time. And that works really well for us. OK, so
Beverly, if you set the parameters, as Laura clearly does, and it allows her a little bit of time to sort of clear her head while the kids can go upstairs and enjoy a bit of Mr. Tumble or whatever it might be in the comfort and the safety of their own rooms, why is it such a bad thing?
Have had tons of screens over lockdown. They've had more than usual. Of course they have. We've all been filling the hours in the ways that we can. But I think the issue with screens for me is that I think technology is the biggest threat really to our kids' physical and mental health. And we have to teach them the right behaviours now, the healthy behaviours when it comes to their screens. And a big part of that is sleep. A big part of that is what they do directly before they go to sleep. And falling asleep in front of the TV, as any of us know, you don't feel great when you fall asleep in front of the TV. You feel great if you read a book and you go to sleep. You know, it's about teaching our children, because what they're doing now when they're little, they will continue to do as adults. And we have a responsibility to make sure they understand about using their brains in the right way, being stimulated. And also it's about the fact that, yes, they might do as they're told at 8, 9, 10. Wait until they get to 15, 16. My eldest is nearly 17. Now, of course, once they get to that age, it's very difficult to police it. But if they've always got a TV in their room, on the wall, you can't take it away. You know, he will have laptops. A lot of them will watch TV now, of course, on their devices, more than good old-fashioned TV. And so, but at least with that, you can take it away. If it's a TV on the wall in their room, you take away that leverage. And screen time is a great leverage. Like, screens are brilliant, and I totally agree that we have all bought some moments of peace by sitting them in front of the digital nanny. But it's not right, I think, to combine the sleeping space with technology.
So I think lockdown has changed things a little bit for me, hasn't it? I don't know whether it has for you, Beverly, because I think that, you know, I've always been firmly anti the idea of a TV in the bedroom for the youngsters, because I feel like watching things together is really good. But everybody's had a lot of each other. Everybody's been on top of each other for a long time. And actually, people need a bit of space. And what I found is the family TV has just become an absolute battle zone. I'm not watching anything I want to watch, and I'm just marshalling between Billy and Darcy. And they're clever, because Billy will say, this is not age appropriate for me, Darcy. We can't watch this. And what he actually means is he doesn't want to watch the Kardashians. And he just wants to watch something that he wants to watch. And Darcy was saying, it's not fair. Why can't I watch this? So the idea of having a bit of space to go to seems less of a crime to me now than it did before.
I agree, but I think that shouldn't necessarily be the bedroom. I think send them in the garden with a device, send them in the kitchen with a device. I think their bedroom we have to be teaching them about sleep hygiene. You know, the kids are not getting enough sleep, they're not doing well at school, we know that. And I think that's something that we have to be really aware of.
Laura, I think you were trying to come in there.
Yeah, sorry, can I just say, though, that actually, if you've got a child that's sat downstairs all day on a TV, that is absolutely no different than being sat upstairs and watching a TV. And to ban all parents who have a TV in their child's bedroom as ones that allow their children to become obese or have poor grades, can I just put my hand up and say, I had a small TV in my bedroom from probably age 9, best day of my life, when I was able to then, on a Saturday morning, watch SMTV Live from my TV while eating my cereal. Like, life made. I got a B in drama GCSE, so that was awesome. I also got an F in maths, so I'm not going to brag about that. But I've done all right. I know boundaries. I don't watch the TV all the time. I'm actually a relatively well put together person. And I think that it's about teaching children the boundaries of using technology, tablets, of saying, okay, right, guys, it's okay to watch whatever you want to watch, but there needs to be a cut-off point. You need to be able to say, right, okay, we've had however long it's going to be. And there's going to be so many parents up and down the country watching this right now, like, oh, Brian, we bought Aaron a TV and it's in his bedroom. Get the box. We're taking it back to Argos. This is a terrible idea because they're now saying that our children are going to end up obese and they are going to get terrible grades in school. And I don't think
it's happening. It is happening. It is happening. Unfortunately, we do have a problem with kids not doing very well at school and being unfit. Like, that's just a fact. Of course, it's too simplistic to say that's because they've got TVs in their rooms. That is not simply because they've got TVs in their rooms. But if you have a TV on the wall, you don't get to take it away. You know, that can be collateral for parents. It's very good to be able to take these things away. And I would, you know, I kind of want my kids to do better than just to be in drama, but that's a different point. I think that, you know, it's really important that we delineate for them what is healthy behaviours. And I wouldn't let my kids eat junk food all day, every day. Of course they'd love to. They'd love to watch TV all day, every day. But I don't let them do that. I mean, look, it's been tough. Like, lockdown has been really tough for all parents. We are all slightly sick of our kids. And believe me, they are also sick of us. But the solution is chuck them in the garden, take them to the park, let them run around. It's too easy to say the solution is just to stick them in their bedroom.
Go on, Beverly, let Laura talk for a second, Bev. Let Laura talk for a second, because we can't hear her if you're both talking. Go on, Laura.
Can I just say, who has actually struggled with my mental health in lockdown, so I am a parent that can quite happily hold my hand up and say I have struggled. There have been days, and there was one last week, where I felt so emotionally upset by something that had happened in my life. So I said to the kids, right, I can't entertain you right now. I can't be the mum that you need me to be. I need you to be able to go to an environment where I need to look after me. And that's actually just as important as looking after your children, because if your mental health isn't good, then actually that's going to have a knock-on effect to your own children. Me having bad mental health last week had nothing to do with watching TV. It was personal circumstances. My children went upstairs and they watched TV and nothing terrible happened. And then the following day, I picked the ball back up and I carried on. To associate a TV in somebody's bedroom has got nothing to do with the fact that a child is obese. You cannot band every single parent into that same category. Yeah. And the reason why they're overweight is because they've got a TV.
I think, though, Laura, what Beverly's sort of alluding to is the study that has been done that has shown that, you know, and not all parents and not all kids that have TVs are suffering from the similar circumstances, but it has been proved. Lots of people getting in touch with this. Rachel says he definitely agreed, bedrooms for sleeping. My 15-year-old had a TV. He would wake up in the night and start watching it. Then he got a PS3 and he was up all hours playing it. When he lost his temper, he punched the TV. I refused to let him have another one in the bedroom. We've removed it now. He's sleeping loads better and he's not grumpy. But equally, Stacey says all my children have a TV in their room. They are far from being overweight. They have time limits on them and they tend to watch a film before bedtime to help them settle. It's not been a bad thing. We are monitoring it carefully and they are still very, very active.
That's the thing. For me, I have absolutely no issue whatsoever that if there was ever a time where I felt like, you know what, this TV is getting out of control, there is no way that I would allow it to stay in his room. I am so conscious of my child's mental health more than anything else. And if I felt that was going to have a detrimental impact, I think every conscientious parent would say the same. They are going to remove it from their child's room and find a different way around it. We don't have a fancy TV that's stuck on a wall. Our TV is just on a cabinet. So I can just pick that up and I can just take that straight back out. Right. And I've got a 4-year-old. He doesn't have a TV in his bedroom. To be honest with you, he wakes me up at, you know, unearthly hours with his dulcet tones of, "Mummy, are you awake yet? I want breakfast." So, you know, I'm not saying that I'm going to put it in my child's room and be like, "Crack on, mate." bye. I'm going to sit on stairs all day.
Okay.
I'm not going to
Not
do that.
now, but wait, you know, when they're teenagers, it becomes much, much harder, much harder. And that's when I think it's just about like everything in parenting. It's about whatever you do now, you pay the price later. You know, it's about the consequences. We have to think what happens now and the effects of that in a year, 2 years, 3 years, and that's when it's really difficult.